Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine and this is Leah Sees Movies, and today is the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1 finally dropped. If you have followed me, seen my other videos, or unfortunately know me in real life, you know I've been literally thinking, talking, existing about nothing but this show all week. It is my most anticipated Marvel show. I've been so insanely excited about it literally since the Captain Civil War press tour, or just the idea of these characters getting a spin-off. So this is a very happy day for me. Got some red, white, and blue action. Can't really see the shirt, but Falcon and Winter, like, this is the most ready I've ever been for a television event. Except Game of Thrones, but we know how that went, so let's try not to speak that into existence. Yeah, so unlike WandaVision and probably unlike what I'm gonna do with Loki and the other MCU shows, I have been watching every interview, every TV spot, every trailer, everything. So I feel like going into this episode, I have a pretty good idea of what and who we're going to be seeing, which I'm a little sad about, but that's kind of the trade-off. But either way, I'm super ungodly excited. So let's get started. Play. Uh-oh, he's putting on a suit. Oh. If not Cap's funeral, then it's going to be some memorial thing for, obviously, a Captain America, Steve Rogers, who can no longer do his duty because he went back in time for a girl he kissed once. A small part of me is going to miss the, big fun musical intros. I kind of got used to theme songs. I feel like we could get a Zemo, Agatha all along type beat.
I fly up to intercept. No treaties violated.
First Lieutenant Torres,
like
our intel officer, will be helping on the ground.
I feel like that's still violating a treaty if you send an American with wings to go in and blow some stuff up. And it's like, whoa, we weren't in your airspace like that guy was. I love the new wing design so much. Oh. Well, we found a sign of them. A man on the... Hey! GSP! I wish I could understand that without captions. I've been doing Duolingo French for over a year, and here I am. I know poisson.
Red Wing, engage!
I kind of want a real bird, but Red Wing is cute. I'm not gonna lie. Red Wing got fancy. Oh. Yeah, they weren't getting one. This one being a bit more violent. Reflective bullet killed the pilot. That's a good use of jetpack. I guess leverage. Ooh, I really like how fast the wings are now. Yeah, I mean, you actually were kind of at a better advantage in a compact space, because now you're against a guy with wings with just like gliders. That seems bad for you. Oh, he just killed that guy. That guy's dead. Bro, only one of us has wings. If your gliding fit, yeah, that guy hit a cliff. But yeah, if your glider gets messed up, he will no longer glide. If his wings get messed up, he can still fly.
He's not gonna follow. What's up?
Now, why don't you hijack it at the border? Honestly, that just seems poorly planned. No.
Fly into Libyan airspace, and I assume they have a problem with that. Yeah, a big problem. A big problem.
Oh, I love it. See, it becomes a lead, then they're like, all right, we need a new sidekick.
We gotta call it off. We gotta find another way.
Hey, Rackham.
I just did.
Yes. Oh. Because obviously in Winter Soldier, when Cap goes against Batroc the Leaper, it's like kind of the two ultimate peak, you know, what can a human body do kind of people just want to hand-to-hand combat. But But then here you have like Sam, who's a regular, maybe not in as perfect fighting shape, but like you're in his territory, you're in the sky. He has advantages that a guy in a glider does not have.
Oh, bam, right there. You see these guys? These are the guys you gotta worry about. I've been stumbling onto their manifestos on message boards. They call themselves the Flag Smashers. These people, they want a world that's unified without borders. So you can see why a lot of people are into that.
Exposition.
I'll track the online chatter, see what they're saying.
But it's just like this only one guy is like, we should track this.
So are you off to Washington? What are you doing there? Moon stuff.
He's very cute, but I'm like, should I not trust you because you're a little too in his business, or are you just the new cute sidekick? I'm unsure.
Mastered posing stoically.
Rhodey's here. I knew he was going to be, thanks Brandon Davis, but Rhodey's here.
We need new heroes. One suited for the times we're in.
Is she going to be like, that's not me? I'm assuming that's what's about to happen.
Thank you, Captain America. But this belongs to you.
Yeah. I don't know, everyone was like speculating, is Steve gonna die? Is he, you know, like in an old person's home or whatever? But it's kind of funny if he's alive. He's just watching this on TV like, bro, I gave that to you. What is all this? You couldn't call me, you had to make a speech, you had to go on TV, you couldn't just...
It was the right decision.
Let me know man to man. Yeah, of course you think it's the right decision. Screw you.
Easy to think that nobody's gonna be carrying the shield.
We went for 70 years without anybody carrying it when Steve was on ice, so I think we'll be all right.
It's a different time, Sandy.
There's a lot more aliens.
Why didn't you take up the mantle?
It belongs to someone else. That someone else is Steve.
Yeah, we got that. A little redundant there, but all right.
The world's broken. Everybody's just looking for somebody to...
Would you say it's upside down? Sorry. I thought that was a really good joke. Is that all the roadie we're gonna get? Disappointing, but I guess he serves his purpose as the military liaison. This is the flashback, which I'm gonna enjoy just as much this time. The HD of it all. OG Winter Soldier. I know this is very traumatic for him, but like... Love knives. Alright, they could have done better on that wig, I'm not gonna lie. Just one center part, my dudes. Any hairstylist in Atlanta could have straightened you out.
Hail Hydra.
Did a lot of choking out with that arm.
Phrasing?
Oh! Oh no! I feel like this is all because Bucky wasn't actually that subtle of an assassin. He made a big mess everywhere he went. And it's like, oh, I guess I'll kill that guy too. Maybe just be a little sneakier. I was kind of cool with it up until then.
So, Mr. Barnes, are you still having nightmares?
Also, he had a mattress in Civil War. Why is he downgraded? I'm assuming he had a mattress in Wakanda.
History the government needs to know that you're not gonna...
Snap and murder everyone. I don't know what a therapist should be like.
Oh, come on, really? You do the notebook thing? Why? It's passive aggressive.
Why is it so threatening when a therapist pulls out their pen? You're like, hey, don't take it like that.
You can't do anything illegal.
What's rule number 2?
Nobody gets hurt. It's a big one.
Then why isn't it rule number 1?
No longer the Winter Soldier.
I'm James Bucky Barnes, and
You're part of my efforts to make amends.
Obsessed. For a man who lives in Wakanda, he needs to do better than a flip phone.
You don't have 10 phone numbers on this thing.
Okay, don't judge.
Ignoring the text from Sam.
All right, we can zoom out a little bit.
this is new
Sebastian
for
has
me.
great
I
eyes,
didn't
but
have a moment to deal with anything, you know? I had a little calm.
what
What do you want?
my goats, I want them back.
Bodies, and I know how that can shut you down.
Okay, we really need to zoom out. Sam is texting you, which was unexpected. I mean, not that free. I have to assume, much like the Hulk at one point, it's like, the government is always watching me in case I snap and go in and kill everyone.
Hey, what if I buy?
You're always in the mood for free food.
Nobody made it past 90 this week.
So young. Such a shame.
So young.
Job with a consulting company, and he was working abroad, and he know what really happened to him. I felt it was strange in here.
Because you're hanging out with the guy that killed your son? I mean, that is seeking amends and building connections, and I see why he would not have this 95-year-old man's phone number, so he can't prove he has a friend. But, oh, that's kind of just torturing yourself. Like, I'm happy this, you know, old man has someone he can hang out with and take to lunch, but yeah, that is torture. Sarah Wilson!
And we're taking that one to the soup kitchen, so put that one over there.
They really made Sam Anthony in this, though. Sam was from Harlem.
It'll be fine. It just needs to float long enough for me to sell it.
I thought we were gonna discuss if we were selling it.
We did. And then you were off fighting Dr. Space Cape or whatever while I was holding it together for 5 more years.
This thing is a part of our family.
You know the situation we're in. This is why I prefer not to dwell on it in front of everybody.
What's good, Big Sam?
Oh, what's going on, man? Trying to live like you, bro.
No.
Yeah, he's like, oh, super friendly, haha, making jokes with everybody. And it's like, wow, we got issues, bro. Don't look around making jokes. This is serious. We're in a financial quandary.
We made a deal before Daddy died. You're out there. I do things my way here.
Right, but you tangled the house into this when you took those loans.
Bro, you were gone. How are you that you tangled the house?
Got how hard you hit. I won't let you down. We can turn this shit around.
That's like 2 shits this episode. We're wilding out on the language. I'm trying to imagine someone come back after 5 years and being like, you really screwed up the financials here. You're getting punched more than once, bro. Oh, he brought flowers! My cute ancient boy.
Well, if that's not the most adorably old-fashioned thing in the universe.
Like, do they know who he is? Because adorably old-fashioned, but also like he is like 108. No, I'm another Bucky Barnes who always wears gloves.
Try the whole online dating thing. It's pretty crazy. A lot of weird pictures.
Well, kind of weird.
I mean, tiger photos. I mean, half the time I don't even know what I'm looking
Okay.
at. It's-
The tiger photos are dudes. The dudes think tiger photos are cool. That and fishing. It's not hot.
What's up with the gloves?
I have
A prosthetic.
poor circulation.
We look like a murderer, Bucky. And not even brainwashed assassin one, a normal one. You just ghost because they're scary. Full of secrets.
What are you doing?
I'm reading your mind.
Please don't.
E8, sucker.
Hit.
This is incredible.
I think it's really sweet you're spending time with Yori. I think not knowing how it happened is the hardest part for him.
Well, there was an assassination, and he happened to be there.
No word for someone whose kids die. This is like the worst thing that can happen. You good?
No, he's not. Oh, no! The date was going really Bucky, no! I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but... Oh, God, are you gonna tell him?
What are you doing here?
Don't do that.
I owed you for lunch.
I thought you were paying. Did he, like, specifically look for this building so he could just casually be a friendly neighbor to the father of the guy he killed?
You really think this is gonna work?
I know it will. And then we can renovate the kitchen. We gotta go.
right. The appointment's an hour.
There's no such thing as on time. You're either early or late. Pick one.
That is not a New Orleans mentality. I'll just say that. I have lived there. Not a thing. Aaron and Kelly, man.
Run.
Oh. Nice landing. Very smooth. Like, we've seen it in the trailers, but that's the sound gave it a little extra. Kind of wild that there's an app that's just like, would you like to join a crime? Ooh. Oh! That'll leave a mark. Oh. No! Sergeant Babyface. Oh no.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't know, do you?
I do. Where?
This is just footage of Anthony at a bank. Do you know me?
I knew it, Falcon. Yes, man. No.
I didn't want to say anything, you know.
Get what you're going for here. Are you trying to help us or indict us? Funny how things always tighten around us.
Whoa, easy there. Look, I'm on your side. After all, he's a hero. Is there any chance, and of course you could say no, that I could get a selfie with your arms out?
Are you serious?
Oh, hell no!
Ahead, but I thought you had to go off and fight armies and monsters, and I appreciate that. But you don't get to come back here and try to right your wrongs just because you couldn't deal with what was going on here. Alone with 2 babies, and I survived. I'm the one who kept that boat from sinking.
Yeah, well, half the boat's mine, and so is the house. We're not selling our family's legacy.
Man. Hello, I just got back, but I think I have the authority to reject all your plans. I like that he can apparently take apart and reassemble this like super advanced AI little baby drone, but a boat is just like, well, but I guess it's because it relies on, you know, parts and updating and renovation. Oh, who pays for Red Wing? Like, yeah, he's a government contractor, and I'm assuming he owns this tech, so to speak, but there like, that has to be that'd be so expensive to, like, maintain.
Wait, you don't think you could be a...
Look, I'll circle back to you. Let's keep this between me and you, okay?
While we love heroes who put their lives on the line to defend Earth, we also need a hero to defend this country.
Here's U.S. agent.
Embodies America's greatest values.
There's just... Not to make everything about race, but like... Cursed sentence.
Department of Defense and our Commander-in-Chief. It is with... Join me in welcoming...
Your new Captain America.
The absolute gall for Sam to be like, Steve, this belongs to you. Like, I thank you for the trust and the faith you had in me, but the symbol was so attached to who you were and your character. And good. I don't know, we gave it to this other white guy. Ooh. So, that was episode 1. You know, everyone kind of set me up to know that it was a slow burn. It does have that, like, you just stopped watching part of a movie, because it, like, yeah, there was a cliffhanger, there's the end of the episode, but it was kind of like, all right, there's a commercial break and then we come back. Like, it feels like we should just be like, all right, now on FX, like, and then go back to the movie. I don't want to wait a week for the next installment. That's too long. But I have to, so here I am. So Sam was being a bit of a dick, wasn't he? I mean, I realize where it's coming from. It's coming from loss, it's coming from hanging on to the memories of a world that really no longer exists. His childhood, his family, his presumed, you know, I think kind of obviously dead parents. But he really came back after 5 years and was like, I mean, this ship looks like crap. You haven't been running the business. What are these financials? You took too many loans. Like, the unmitigated gall of that. And it's funny because I like when a character exploration kind of makes you not like a character. Not that I don't like him, I think it's perfectly reasonable why he's behaving the way he is, but you can't help but see it from his sister's perspective, and you're like, yeah, Sarah, your brother kind of sucks right now. Like, I don't blame you. And I'm also very interested to know, like, what motivated him to join the Air Force, because the way Sarah kept being like, you joined the military, you got out, you couldn't handle what was going on here. Was it like their financial issues have been going on for a very long time and he was just like, I'm out? Or were there parental issue? Like, what motivated him to be so absent from his family, which I was really hoping they'd address, and they did, so that makes me happy, because obviously the blip was awful, but no one, you know, caused that, and he was gone for 5 years, but it wasn't his fault. But him joining the Air Force, when we met him, he lived in DC. His family's obviously in Louisiana, so he's been very far away from his family for a long time. So to have all of that and yet still be so protective of this memory of what, you know, this boat and everything represents, it's like that. I feel like it's the kind of fondness and clinginess that you have when you're not really present with something. Because, you know, when I was in college and my house got sold, suddenly you're like, this is my favorite, this house is perfect. You know, when you're a teenager, you're like, yeah, this house is too small, why is it? But like suddenly you're like, this is my childhood. This is like, I've had so many firsts here, and you want to cling on so much harder to something because you're no longer there every day. And I think that's kind of the issue we're seeing with Sam, of like, he's clinging on to a memory when it's like not financially viable. And it is crazy that's not financially viable because Avengers don't get paid. Like, Pepper Potts, where are you at? I mean, Pepper didn't, Tony did, but y'all are giving teenagers like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in tech. So, I mean, literally billions of dollars in tech if you're talking Edith. So I'm just saying, pull a Batman, buy our bank, and forgive my loans. Yes, I watched Justice League last night again. Snyder Cut, that's also coming at some point. Yeah, so I don't like that, but I did like seeing more of Sam's mindset, even if it was kind of an immature one, but it was a human one, and I liked that. And I liked that he got to have those moments. I liked the speech he gave, his rationalization for why he can't take on the mantle and the shield, because at this point the Captain America mantle is so tied to who Steve was as a person, and also because America sucks a lot of the time. So the phrase Captain America is so severely nationalistic and kind of gross if it's not upheld by someone with a lot of honor and a lot of personal beliefs. And the fact that, ironically, Captain America broke with the government all the time. He sold war bonds, and then he stole a military helicopter, broke into a prison camp, and freed the 107th or whatever that Bucky was a part of, then continued to just kind of say F you to the government whenever he didn't like what they were doing. So that's what made him such a moral center, so steadfast, because you knew where his feelings and his morals lied. Whereas America is ultimately, I mean, as a nation, ultimately a little imperialist and very divided and kind of racist. So it's very hard for when someone is like with 100% sincerity, like, I'm here to represent American values. It's like, oh boy, that's not gonna end well for anyone. If there's absolutely no critical thought applied to the concept of representing American values. So, Malcolm Spellman has promised that U.S. Agent will be, you know, developed with depth and blah blah blah, but on paper it seems like we have an idea of what kind of person he's going to be, and he's probably gonna get on my nerves. So, cutting back, wait, before I cut back to Bucky, Agent Torres, big fan, not Agent, Sergeant Torres, I guess. He's very cute, he's friendly, great sidekick material. I like that he went in, joined a Pokemon Go of on-the-go crime, just like, here's a mask, we robbed a bank. I would like them to interrogate the ideas of the Flag Smashers a bit better, because on paper it's like, well, they want a united country, they thought the world was better after the blip. Why? Presumably in a world where 5 billion people disappear overnight, you'd think there would have to be a lot more sense of community, a lot more attempts for like international unification, because everyone is falling apart at this point, and you need to be able to prop each other up. But we don't really have that glimpse of the world, and it hasn't been painted as like, well, in the, you know, even in Endgame at the beginning when Steve was like, oh, I saw dolphins in the channel or whatever, like there wasn't this sense of like, oh wow, everyone's really pulling together and supporting the community. So if that wasn't the case, I don't really understand what they're trying to return to necessarily. Like they haven't given us any pro side of the blip and what happened in those 5 years for the mentality of we want to return to that time to make any sense. And obviously so far all we see is just what appears to be them robbing a bank, which does not seem to have anything to do with unification of countries without, you know, under one flag. So, or I guess under a non-flag. But the point is, I'm not seeing the connection between their actions and their alleged ideology yet. So I'd like to see a bit more of that. But he was cute. I'm sad he got his face smashed in. But he seems okay. So happy he's going to continue on the show and be Sam's right-wing man. Okay, Bucky. One, very funny. I enjoyed that. I like that he has that snarky, sarcastic sense of humor back that we saw in the first Avenger, and then obviously has been mostly wasted away since then. His humor since then has kind of just been like confusion, whatever the hell is going on. Mostly in Civil War, where he was just like, that guy's getting big, that guy's a spider, what the hell is going on here? But that wasn't really funny. That was genuine post-brainwash confusion. I don't know what this world I'm living in looks like anymore. I would have loved to see more interactions with him and Shuri, and him and T'Challa. R.I.P. Chadwick. But I would have liked to see, like he even says, like I had this moment of peace in Wakanda, and maybe they were just like, hey, like our family just got reunited, can you like maybe back up a little? But even then, like I don't quite see why he would have left Wakanda, even if it's the issue of like it's finally time to address his past and make amends for what he's done. Like I feel like he could have found a therapist in Wakanda. I don't know, I just feel like there was this weird sense of like those 2 years he was chilling, but he didn't grow as much as he could have, and I'm just like, why not? Like that doesn't make sense to me yet. But I'm sure we will get hopefully we'll get a little bit more into that and about his experience in Wakanda and how that's changed him for the better, for the worse, how it's prepared him to move on to this like next stage. He got an official pardon, which is nice, contingent on not doing anything illegal or hurting people. And I don't remember what rule 3 was. I think it was just, yeah, make amends. But is that a therapy rule or a legal rule? I'm assuming don't do anything illegal was a legal issue, not his therapist being like, I don't think it'll help you heal. But yeah, I enjoyed seeing his sense of humor. I like seeing him in therapy. I want to see where that goes. I like that his therapist is really aggressive. I prefer an aggressive therapist. I think that, especially if you're prone to snarky comebacks and avoiding the questions. I think they're very effective sometimes. I really enjoyed the Winter Soldier flashback. I know it's a source of trauma, but it looks real cool. I really liked the action. I like how they do it. I always enjoy some knife throwing. It's great stuff, good stuff. Give the Winter Soldier more knives. You can definitely tell that they're like, we're gonna do the hand-to-hand action, and they're still a little bit held back by that. It is, was it PG-13 equivalent, TV-14, so like they can't show all the blood that would be happening, because I was mentally watching it being like, if this was like John Wick and it's just like you would have seen blood splatter, it would have been real messy real fast. So I was thinking about that, and I'm like, I want like the red band version of Falcon and Winter Soldier, seeing what that would look like. I'm kind of happy, even though obviously he's not really forming connections as of yet, and the connections that he has formed seem mostly to torture himself, because obviously Mr. was it Yokomura? I don't want to say his name. My computer went to sleep, so I can't check. We're gonna go with Yokomura. I hope that is correct. Yeah, like it's so heartwarming, and he's someone he can hang out with, and I really enjoyed that connection that he's found. And I like that he went on a date with a very nice girl who seemed cool and funny and friendly, and I'm really upset that she walked out on her. She seemed delightful, but I could see why. But it's also like the thing that she was saying was about the trauma he's basically self-inflicting of hanging out with someone who was a victim of his own actions. I'm sure if, you know, I was a therapist, I'd say don't do that. You're not, like, there's making amends and then there's punishing yourself. Those are two very different things. But it is cute. I enjoyed that he went on a date. That's what I was wondering. I was like, does anyone like know who he is? And they don't, which makes sense. How does Bucky Barnes, he has a flip phone, so how is he online dating? I mean, you can do it on the computer, but ew. Who had the tiger pictures? Because that is a severely gendered phenomenon, is what I'm gonna say to that. I really enjoyed this episode. I really liked what we got to see of the characters. I like that we see where they're at. We're seeing a bit more like kind of prose to Bucky, seeing a little bit more depth to him, some more humor, some like flirtiness, bringing flowers and awkwardness about online dating. I like that we're getting a kind of brattier side of Sam. He was like the very stalwart right-hand man. You need something done, he'll do his best to do it. And so we got to see kind of a bratty brother side, someone hanging on to his childhood, someone dealing with these like kind of microaggressive actions, the inherent contrariness of being famous, but also still being poor or black or anything like that, and how the interactions of those things affect the way people treat you and how they view you as a risk. Yeah, I really like this episode. Also, great action. I know everyone's talked about the action. I feel like it was kind of like the least impactful part for me, just because we've seen a lot of it in the trailers, but very nice. I like that we get to see how efficient he can be, because a lot of people are like, oh, that guy with metal wings, like it's just a guy with metal wings. But I like that it's not so much about having metal wings, it's about how he uses them. And I am gonna make an MHA reference, but with an example of like Best Jeanist, where you're like, his power is kind of stupid, but he uses it so well and he's so meticulous that he becomes like the #4 hero because he knows how to use his ability. So it's like, okay, hey, a guy with wings can be really stupid, but it offers him a lot more flexibility. And the fact that not just the wings, he seems insanely reckless. It's like, all right, I'm gonna bring my wings in, just go straight through this helicopter, grab a guy, bring them out, drop through a cliff. Like, you see him going in and out with the wings a lot. Like, he's consistently putting his life on line because he has utter faith in like his abilities and his tech, which I really appreciate on an action level and on a character development level through those action scenes. So that was great. I'm really looking forward to next week. I feel like I've been waiting for the show for so long. For so long. And now it's like, the fact that it's expected of me to wait a week between episodes is disgusting. Just for me personally, they should give me all 6 episodes because I deserve it. I put in the time, the effort, the hashtags. I cannot wait a week between episodes. I'm gonna lose my mind. But I have to. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment. I want to talk about this with people. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Leah Sees Movies, and I will catch you next time. Peace.